Hello, and thank you for joining me for this training video. Today we'll be covering how to generate new forecasting reports. We're going to start off here in the report section. There are two types of forecast, those that are based on receive history and those that are based on issue history. And for each type, there are two methods for calculating the forecast, straight line with factor and moving average. To create a new forecast, start by pressing the Add New button at the bottom of the list. The first thing to give the forecast is a name. Step 1 will unlock after the name is input. Here we will decide whether the forecast is to be based on receiving or issuing. Both will permit the creator to select a specific SKU to track or look at all of the items. Receiving-based selections will be based on the vendors or suppliers the items are received from, and again, the creator will have the option to choose whether to use all or just select vendors and suppliers. The issuing modifiers are for selecting which customers to include in the calculations and whether or not to take into account returns. The two different methods will have different options for step 2. So let's take a look at moving average first. With moving average selected, we can choose the interval and start forecast options. The interval is how many months of history to look at for the average. As with all forecasting systems, the more history available, the more accurate the forecast will be. The Start Forecast option permits the creator to dictate when the forecast will start with the calculations. The second option, Straight Line with Factor, is designed to incorporate growth and slowdowns more directly. In step 2 for this option, we'll choose to either have the system calculate the growth factor while telling it how much history to look at, or the creator can tell the system how much growth or decline is expected, and the system will automatically use all available history. Step 3 will remain consistent regardless of the previous choices. Here, the creator is able to account for overages and shrink, in addition to choosing a replenishment percent. The replenishment number relates to how much of the recommended quantity will be ordered. And finally, we have a spot for general notes, so let's save and close. Back on the report screen, we're just going to click on the custom section of the forecast. We'll find the forecast we just created here at the bottom of the list, and now we just need to click it to run. You can also click on the star to add it to the favorites list. When viewing, there will be an option to filter out the historical data and only see the forecasted data. There's also options to show it in a chart as well as export it to Excel. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope to see you in future videos.